सभी को नमस्कार। आज एक विशेष सत्र है ये। इसमें हमारे साथ कुछ विशेष अतिथि है और आज के दिवस मैं हिंदी और अंग्रेज़ी में बात करूंगा ताकि उनको भी कुछ समझ आवे। तो आज हमारे साथ टुडे वी हैव विद अस Birgitt, who has come from all the way from our Agnihotra center Homa Hof in Germany, and she is here with our brothers Thomas, Andre and Andreas, and they are all here representing our Agnihotra family all over the world. It's a very interesting moment for everyone. I have always talked about the history of the Agnihotra movement, and today I think is a momentous occasion to just quickly get a revisit in the past. We have always talked about the history of the today's Agnihotra movement, dating back all the way to the lives and times of Lord Parshuram. This is a very interesting chapter in this whole journey because it just goes to show the long and glorious history that the Vedic message, Vedic Dharma has. We just read in the letter written by Shri Ji about the rejuvenation of the whole Vedic ideology, the whole Vedic philosophy and the practice of Agnihotra as being the turning point in the history of humanity, and this being done at a time when the world itself is in a crisis. It is going through a moment of change, and we have always said that in every crisis comes an opportunity. What is happening around in the world, Shri has very clearly mentioned in his letter dated almost 75 years before today, and he has talked about the time that will come which will be full of confusion, full of misinformation, also when humanity itself will go through a moment of a lot of introspection about who we are, where we are coming from, and where we are all going to eventually go. So what we see happen around the world, where it could be like he very clearly says that it's illness, stress, disturbances in the climate cycle, constant war-like situation, hate, violence, greed, all of these negative emotions have right now become dominant in the world, and he talked about this very clearly in his writings. And he has also said that there was a time when all of this was not prevalent, and all the positive emotions like love, compassion, brotherhood were norms of the day, and they were leading the social thought and had created a society that was all inclusive, was all based on love and fellowship. And he says that what we are trying to do through Agnihotra is basically recreate a social understanding that the whole humanity is one, that we, no matter who we are, where we are, what we are doing, what is the journey of our life so far, in reality the whole planet is one, all of humanity is one, and the idea is to go back to that understanding and in reality create heaven on earth. So that, he said, is the aim of this Agnihotra movement, and he has always pointed in the past when an attempt similar to this was made and the rejuvenation of Vedas has happened in the past as well. And over time, again and again, humanity seems to slip away from that ideal, go away from the truth, the source of information, and languish in darkness. And again, there is an avatar that resets the whole system back on its track. So this, he said, is the 10th time that I am doing this. I did this before as Lord Parshurama, I did this before as Lord Rama, as Lord Krishna, Lord Buddha as well, and now I am doing it as Paramsadguru. And this time the uniqueness would be that the rejuvenation of Vedas will last for the end of times. So he says, now the society will not again diminish into darkness, it will continue to rise up into light and ascend into greatness. During his lifetimes, he also pointed at various important places on this planet which will play a very big role in the Agnihotra movement all over the world, into taking Agnihotra to the world. And one such place that we have always talked about and spoken about is the Homa Hof in Germany. It is a very important land based on the banks of a very holy river. And the beauty of this land is that Shri said that this was the ashram of Lord Parshuram in the past. He and his family used to stay there on the banks of that river. And many important yajnas were performed on that holy site, which is why this place has a special vibration, if I can call it that. And this place was identified by he himself, and he had directed that this place one day will be representing Shivpuri in the West. That was his words, that was his directions, that this place will one day become like a place that reflects the glory of Agnihotra, the beauty of the fivefold path for the rest of the world as well. So this place was identified and established by a very close devotee of Shri, host, and Birgitt, both of them. They were entrusted with this duty of creating this organization, creating this family, acquiring this place, keeping it safe, and nurturing it over the last almost 4 decades now. And the good thing about Birgitt is that I was just talking yesterday, and then one day I think we should all meet her in person as well, that she joined the Agnihotra movement at the age of 14. When she was 14 years old, she was introduced to Agnihotra, and from that day to today, Agnihotra has been her whole life, and she has dedicated her entire life for Agnihotra, for this cause, for Shri and his mission and his vision, and she has spent her entire lifetime in service, which is a very unique thing and a very inspiring thing for all of us to learn from. That we always felt, and I think I have always said this, that many times I talk to people in India and they feel that, oh, we somehow are doing a lot of work for Paramsadguru or Shri, and we probably are the only ones on the planet. But then I wanted to introduce you to Birgitt. There are many more, and she is one of the leading examples of that. She and host created this place literally out of thin air. There was nothing there. It was just an empty farmland on a hill. It's very beautiful, of course, it's very picturesque there with the forest and everything. But when they went there and acquired this land, there was nothing there, and they created this Agnihotra movement literally out of nothing. And since the last almost 3.5+ decades, both of them have been running this place and creating a family there. All these brothers have been initiated into Agnihotra by the work that host and Birgitt put in there, and they have not only taught them Agnihotra but also taught them about Shri, about his message, about fivefold path, about Shivpuri and its importance and everything. And so they have been very successful in creating a family there, which is very interesting. All of us, whenever we get a chance, one day we should go and see Homa Hof if we can, because it's a very beautiful place, and they have nurtured it with a lot of love and care and affection. and Birgitt is today here in India visiting us, and we have had very beautiful talks over the last few days about all the work that she and all our brothers and sisters at Homa Hof have been doing, and all the beautiful work that they have done in the past, and all the family that they have been able to nurture there. When we think about the Agnihotra movement here in India, we always felt that we were going against the tide. एक प्रवाह के विरोध में जाके हम इसका प्रचार कर रहे हैं. सामने हमको हमेशा लगता है कि अग्निहोत्र का जब हम प्रचार करते हैं, whenever we go and talk about Agnihotra, we go against the established norms, because the society that we live in is not structured right now to receive Agnihotra. It is in a very different mindset, a different thought process, and in that thought process we are talking about a system of love in a world that is right now filled with hate and greed. And then we always feel that we are going against the tide, going against the structure, and that is where we feel the resistance. Imagine that resistance multiplied by 100 is what one can see in a country like Germany, because there the idea of Agnihotra is very new. Most of the people have never heard of what Agnihotra is, what yajnas are. Some of them might have heard of Vedas, but a lot of people don't know what the Vedas are. What is the philosophy, what is the concept, what an avatar is. There is no such knowledge, and in such an environment to talk about Agnihotra, to talk about the fivefold path, and to initiate people in this practice takes a lot of hard work. And I think Birgitt, you have very successfully done this up until now. And it was very interesting to know that just in the last 10 years all our brothers and sisters at Homa Hof have been able to teach almost 35,000-40,000 new Agnihotra people.
Yes, I think so.
In the last 10 or 15 years, maybe. Yeah, that's a very, very big number, and a lot of hard work goes into doing that, and to maintain this place, to keep all these people together, to every year go out and teach new people and bring them to the Homa Hof, and then bring them to Agnihotra and to Shri. So all of this hard work has already been, and she and all our brothers who have come from the Hof intend to now do even bigger work, to even go out and reach a larger number of audiences. So this is a very inspiring thing for all of us here in India as well. So we thank you for coming. Yeah?
Pleasure to stay. Yes.
And we thank all of you as well. Thank you for coming. And we hope that you come more often, not just once a year, maybe more times a year, and then spend some time here in India as well. And we can collectively, all of us now, do a lot of good work, because it is not coincidence that so many people were taught the fire. It is a divine plan, and that all of us are part of this mission, and then the world around us is changing for this now. So I think it's a very important part in our lives, at least, that we can feel that this whole world is now changing and adapting to the Agnihotra way of life. When we are talking about the change, I have to mention the work that we are doing through this program called as Family Guide, which we are initiating from Monday. From Monday we begin the first trainings of this new concept called Family Guide. Family Guide is a project initiated by a very prestigious media company, and it is headed by our brother Abhijit Dada Pawar, and he had this thought that we should take Shri's message to as many people as we can in our lifetimes. So because he could use the platform of a media company, he has created this concept called as Family Guide, and it is a magazine that will go to everybody's house every week. So right now it is in Marathi language. Eventually it will be translated in other Indian languages, and maybe eventually in other global languages as well. And it is a community of people who are either doing Agnihotra or are learning Agnihotra or eventually want to learn it. And in the first phase, with their help, we are able to teach 100,000, 1 lakh new people in 15 days.
Really?
In 15 days. So the thought is that from the 1st of March, we will start the training of all the people, and by the 15th of March, we will have trained all the 100,000 people. So 180 Agnihotra teachers are involved in this activity, and they are not only going to teach them in one place, but they are going to go and teach them in 37 different centers in our state of Maharashtra, and go and teach them at wherever all these people are in their districts and their villages, and from there initiate them in the process of Agnihotra, teach them, give them the equipment, and then bring them all to one function in Mumbai. So that function is still getting planned. We are still waiting for permissions, but at least the teachings will definitely happen. So what we are doing is, from Monday we are teaching what we are calling as master trainers. So these master trainers will go and then teach 350 area coordinators, or what we call as taluka heads. Taluka is a village that is that will represent smaller towns around it, big town around small villages. So Akkalkot is a taluka. So district is Sholapur, Akkalkot is a taluka for us. So they will go and teach people at Akkalkot level across Maharashtra. So there are around 400 such towns in Maharashtra like Akkalkot. So they will go to all these places and teach them and bring all these 100,000 people there. And so this is a lot of work that we will begin from Monday and complete by the 15th of March. So the idea was this year that we had planned, and that's what I keep telling, that the grace is always with us. At the beginning of the year in January, we had thought that in this year, in 24, we will try and teach 100,000 new people in 1 year. And we are, by grace of the Paramsadguru, we are able to teach 100,000 people in 15 days. So we have another 50 odd weeks left with us in the year that we can then move on to more people. And I met Abhijit last week, and he said the idea should be to touch maybe 300,000 or 500,000 people in 24. So if we can create 100,000, अगर हम 15 दिनों में, और ये महाराष्ट्र तक है, इसलिए हमने अभी हमारे बाकी जो प्रचारक है उनसे इस बात पे बात नहीं की है, क्योंकि अभी तक ये महाराष्ट्र तक सीमित है, because it is limited to Maharashtra right now. We are not including all our other Indian state teachers. It's only for the teachers in Maharashtra right now, because it's a Marathi language magazine. But the idea is that in 1 year, if in 15 days we can teach 100,000, can we touch 3 लाख लोगों को या 5 लाख लोगों को हम एक साल में सिखा सकेंगे? Can we touch 500,000 people in 1 year? Is the long-term target. And in the first 3 years, reach 3 million. So that is like a vision that this activity has, and it's God's grace that we can do this. So I think in both the locations, in Shivpuri here in India and Homa Hof there in Germany, a lot of activities going on, a lot of new things are happening, a lot of new initiatives are getting done. So I think when we probably are here again next year, we will have a lot of work done. We will have
we'll do our best.
Yes, we are always I think we just follow. He leads the way. I have seen that we just have to follow his he sets a path for us. I mean, we had no clue that this family guide will happen and that we will be able to teach 100,000 people. We were planning to conduct small programs of 200, 500 people, and eventually in 12 months reach 100,000. But he just gave us this opportunity. So I think he always gives us opportunities. We just have to be ready when that moment comes. So, and it is also grace that in the last 1 year we prepared 300 new teachers. So as if we were preparing them for this occasion, so that they can be helping in this whole new initiative that is happening. So a lot of love, lot of grace. We can feel all the blessings coming our way when we are walking this path. So can I request you to share a little bit about everything that, a little bit, maybe in 2 minutes, 5 minutes, about something that you have been doing there?
Okay.
You can just hold it if you want.
Yeah, okay. Yes, we have this very nice place at Homa Hof. We are doing a lot of farming and teaching other people also to do farming with this Agnihotra and homotherapy, and they can see at the plants how successful this is. this one part what we are doing. The other part is that we had a lot of seminars every year, every month we had seminars, and many people are coming and can feel inside what Agnihotra is. They feel the atmosphere and they are touched in their hearts. And so they say, I also want to do this. And the spreading is going on very fast in the meantime, not only in Germany, but the German-speaking countries. It's also Switzerland and Austria. And it becomes, I think, we are not as fast as you are.
No.
But it's, we want to do this,
Yes,
and it's very good ideas, and we want to move them to Germany.
Yes, of course.
So that we can work together and, can exchange experiences. And yes, we will try our best so that we have maybe in 4 or 5 years, maybe we can do the same.
Yes. Can you share a little bit about the journey with you and host and this Homa Hof right up to today? A little bit.
Yes, we have, Horst has heard about Sri Paranjpe, about Agnihotra, and immediately he moved to India to come to know to Shriji. And when he first met Shriji, he already knows this must be like God himself. So my whole life I will surrender to him. And he came back to Germany. He was a yoga teacher, and in all his yoga classes he told about Agnihotra. And the first yagnas began, people come to him, and after several years he said we need a place. So we are looking for a place that we can do on this place all these yagnas and people can come. And so we had this Homa Hof founded, and now it is about 35 years we have this Homa Hof. People are coming, people are staying there, and we are doing all the disciplines. They are also made here in Shivpuri. The day begins at 5 o'clock in the morning with mantra, Vairuti Homa. We have 4 hours of Jampakam Homa every day, all the Vairutis, of course Agnihotra. And people are coming in their vacancy and for 1 week or 2 weeks, and they want to help and they want to learn everything about the Homa fires. And so this we are doing since many, many years, yes.
Very nice. And also, what is interesting is that when she says that 5 o'clock mantras are done, so it is different from doing 5 o'clock mantras here in India, because the temperatures are not at the level where they are there. So when she says 5 o'clock, it could be minus 20 degrees Celsius outside, it's snow, and in that extreme harsh climate, to wake up and then go out and then do mantras is not as the same as waking up and going to Shiv Mandir and doing it. Because here the climate is very simple, the temperatures don't jump too much, but when she says do Agnihotra for instance, so many times I have seen that in the winters, sunrise is at 4 o'clock in the morning.
In the winter, sunrise is late.
Later, in summer, sorry.
In summer, it's about 40.
In summers, the sunrise is at 4 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes the sunset is also late.
Yes.
Around 10?
Around 9:30.
9:30 in the night.
Yes.
So the sunrise is at 4 in the morning, and the sun sets at 9:30, 10 in the night. So the morning Agnihotra and evening Agnihotra has to be done at those times. So when we say, 6 o'clock we are there, or 9 o'clock or sunset I'm not there at home or whatever, think of all the hard times that are there in other parts of the world and how they are still able to do Agnihotras there. So that dedication has to be there. If the dedication is there, if the will to do it is there, one can always do it. Plus, like she very rightly said, they also do all the 5 Vartis in the day, from 5 to 9 in the evening, and also yajnas at full moon and new moon, like Amavas and Purnima, they do even
24 hours.
Shri's birthday,
Shri's birthday, yes. Birthday from Parshuram, Diwali.
All of those. So they do Akshaya Tritiya also, they celebrate. 16th May, Shri's birthday is being celebrated there. Plus Diwali, last year we were there for Diwali at the Homa Hof. So it was a lot of lovely, beautiful celebration. So it's a wonderful way how this whole Agnihotra message is shaping in the world. So when we are here in India, we think about it from a very 2,000 year, 10,000 year past background. But what the beauty of a place like that, the journey for Homa Hof begins with Shri. And the whole understanding is from there to forward. So I think that is a very beautiful thing that one can go and learn there. So I would definitely invite you again to come and interact with people here in India.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Share your experiences so that we can also learn that we need to now not keep constantly looking in the past. There is a lot of learning there in the past, a lot of beauty and glory there in the past, but the real future lies in the future, right? So let's talk about today, tomorrow and the coming times. That will be beneficial for us. And I was just telling Birgitt yesterday that probably ours will be the last generation who have seen Shri,
In his body. Yes.
Yeah, in his body. Yeah. And then it is our duty and responsibility to create a legacy for all the brothers and sisters who will follow for us. So then when we are all old and retired, they can take the work forward. So thank you so much, Birgitt. Thank you all of you for this trip and then coming here and sharing your experiences with us. And hopefully we see you again soon. And for a longer time. Maybe, maybe we can go and see some of our centers and meet some of our teachers and other people, maybe in the next couple of years, whenever. Yeah?
Okay, nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, it's a very beautiful day today. A lot of good positive vibration, a lot of positive thought. And from Monday, like I said, we will start work on the Family Guide project. And from there, by grace, things will just keep growing. So, I am sure all of you are committed. I am sure all of you are going to be part of this thing and are excited as we are to be a part of this whole future. So I think this is enough for this week. We'll meet again next week. And so namaste and see you soon.